Rock and Roll Geek Show 1118.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA. Online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Saturday, March 26, 2022, and it is 7 p.m. on the nose when I'm recording this episode. I am up here in the Mountain House. I have been up here since a week ago, Friday. Wait a minute. Yeah. Yesterday was Friday. Today's Saturday. So I've been up here a week and one day. And I have been thoroughly loving it. Got up here on Friday, left super early in the morning, packed the dogs up. I brought the pressure washer up and my spray rig and 15 gallons of TWP, Total Wood Protection Cedar Tone, and I redid the outside of my house. That was the plan while I was up here, because it's been probably going on, how long have I been here? 3 or 4 years. I did it the first year I moved in here. I sprayed the outside of the house, and it looking a little bit dry, so I thought it was time to do it, and the place looks like a brand new house, and I'm glad I did it. So here I am with the dogs, the wife, just been hanging out. It took me a day to wash the house and a day and a half to spray the outside of it. And the rest of the time I've just been doing woodwork. Let's see, I worked on a couple of cutting boards. What else did I do? Oh, I fixed the fence and just hung out in the woods. Turkey season is started today, and I went out and scouted for turkey 2 days ago. Did not see any, so I didn't go out and sit in the woods and look for turkey, because they don't come out in my yard. They don't come out where I live. But if you drive far away, you can. If you look hard enough, you can find them. We went to a spring equinox thing in Weaverville, in the town. We thought it would be a community event, and I did see some turkeys there. The community event turned out to be about 25 women and me. Talking. It was kind of like a hippie thing, and immediately once this thing started, I felt really weird being there, because I was the only dude, and then the women they passed the microphone around. The theme was balance. I'm going, oh, wait a minute, I thought this was a spring equinox. Then all these women are talking about balance. What does balance mean to you? Pass the mic around. Here, hi. So balance to me means, since I escaped from my marriage of 41 years, I feel so much better. The other one. Yes, since my husband and I divorced, so the microphone comes to me. I'm going, oh shit, what am I going to fucking say? And I said something really stupid like, well, balance to me means standing on your own 2 feet and not falling down. I could not get out. I thought maybe I should try to slip out the back door, but there was no back door to slip out of since it was outside. But I sat there and tried to weather the storm, or trying to make it through it. Let me take us to this fine Tecate. This is the third Tecate of the day. Had one. I went to the lake today and with the woman across the street and my wife, and her kids are camping out there. And when we went out there and hung out, it's about a 45-minute drive from where we are. And I had a beer there, and then I had a beer when I got back when I was making dinner. Anyway, so I couldn't make an exit from the spring equinox hippie thing. It was behind a church, and the pastor of the church was a woman. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, the pastor of the church is a woman. I'm the only man here. when I got there, I said, I noticed there's only no other men here. Am I allowed to be here? Should I leave? Oh, no, please stay. We like having a man here. So I stayed, and Martina was sending me pictures of her daughter, of my grandchild, and I clicked on one of the pictures, and while the women are all talking and stuff, they're giving the presentation or whatever, talking about hippie shit. And there was a video of the daughter and my daughter, and it starts playing, and everybody looks over at me and gave me the stink eye. So I did see about 6 turkeys walking behind the church. But I don't recommend going to a spring equinox if anybody invites you, unless you're into middle-aged women. Nutty middle-aged women, it's even better. And you know what they say about nutty middle-aged women? Yes. All right. So here I am doing a Rock and Roll Geek show from my office in the Mountain House. I brought the Roadcaster up with me. It's going to stay up here, and the Tascam's going to stay in my place in San Francisco. I'm up here until Monday. Can head back Monday morning. I got to go back on Tuesday. I managed to take a week off of work and just go up here and relax. Get out of the bullshit of San Francisco. And it was so nice being here. Weather's been perfect. Dogs have been great. One of the dogs is in heat, so we have to put a diaper on her. So the male dog doesn't try to hump her. Everything, it's been really nice up here. Weather great, dog's great, wife's been nice. Just been enjoying it. And here I am, friend, to do a Rock and Roll Geek show. I want to say happy birthday to Steven Tyler, born 1948, March 26. According to Richard Fusey on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. Born March 26, 1948, Steven Tyler, multi-instrumentalist, best known as frontman and lead singer for Aerosmith, known as the Demon of Screamin'. This is according to Richard Fusey. Aerosmith scored the 1989 UK number 13 single Love in an Elevator, their 1989 pump. Spent 53 weeks on the US charts, and the 1993 US number 1 and UK number 2 album Get a Grip, as well as the 1998 US number 1 and UK single I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. All right. So, in honor of Steven Tyler, why don't we play something from Aerosmith, okay? Let's see what we can find. How about something from Cal Jam 2, Get the Let Out. I don't know what the quality is, so if it sucks, I might call an audible. But here's Aerosmith live from Cal Jam 2, Get the Let Out. Aerosmith live. While I wait for the iTunes. Here we go.
Dance all shaking, jukebox singing, tramp
shit. Oh, there I am. Okay. Whew. There you go. Aerosmith. Get the let out. Cal Jam. What, 1978, I think? I don't have it in front of me, but if my memory serves me right, Cal Jam 2 at the, was it Ontario Motor Speedway, I think. I bought a Cal Jam 2 on Poshmark. You know what Poshmark is? It's this app. You can buy used clothing, and there was a Cal Jam 2 t-shirt on there, and I bought it. An original. It said Bill Graham Presents on the label, so it was an original Cal Jam 2 t-shirt, and I bought it. Turns out it was a girl's shirt, so I gave it to my wife. Anyway, happy birthday, Steven Tyler. 1948, which would be, math ain't me forte, so let me put my fingers here. 58, 68, 70, wait a minute. 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018. That would be 70 plus, what's this year? 2022. 74 years old. Still sings great. Oh, speaking of that, speaking of Aerosmith, something came up on the Blabbermouth. Joey Kramer to sit out 2022 concert dates. Temporary replacement announced. Was there something on the Facebook group about that? I think there might have been. Let me see. This is a thread about it. Let's see. Yes. Let's read the storyline here first. Is it here? Okay. Joey Kramer has regrettably made the decision to sit out the band's concerts in 2022 so he can focus his full attention on his family during these uncertain times. According to a statement from the legendary Rockers, while Kramer takes a temporary leave of absence from Aerosmith, he will be once again replaced by his drum tech, John Douglas, who is Jack Douglas's son, I believe. And the band, Kramer and the band look forward to his future performances with Aerosmith, statement adds. So let me get this straight. Aerosmith they haven't played a gig since the pandemic started in 2019. And he's taken some time off to focus his full attention. Wouldn't he, in 3 years, don't you think he'd be raring to get back out there and play something more to this than we're being told, I believe? 2 years ago, Kramer rejoined his Aerosmith's bandmates on stage during the group's residency in Los Angeles from Blabbermouth. A month later, he sued the rest of Aerosmith in a bid to perform with them at 2 Grammy-related events. But a Massachusetts judge eventually ruled against him, and the group played without Kramer. That could have something to do with it there. I'm guessing he might be fired from the band. After Kramer injured his shoulder in 2019, Douglas filled in for a few gigs during Aerosmith's residency. Kramer did, however, perform with the rest of Aerosmith in July of that year at the Twin Cities Summer Jam in Shakopee. In his 2020 January 16-page complaint filed in Massachusetts State Court, Kramer said the disability he suffered 3 years ago was minor and insisted he was ready to return to the group's lucrative Las Vegas residency, in other words, wanted the money, at the MGM Resorts a few months later, as well as its slate of 50th anniversary activities. The rest of the band later responded to Kramer's suit in a statement to People magazine, saying Joey has not been emotionally and physically able to perform with the band by his own admission for the last 6 months. We have missed him and have encouraged him to rejoin us to play many times, but apparently has not felt ready to do so. Joey has now waited until the last moment to accept our invitation. We unfortunately have no time. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I knew filing a lawsuit was a bit of an uphill battle, the drummer said. I can hold my head high knowing that I did the right thing to fight for my right to celebrate the band's success that I have dedicated to the better part of my life by helping build. So he wanted back in the band so bad that he sued him. And now, 3 years later, they got a residency coming back to Vegas, which is probably quite lucrative, and he decides to take off after he sued him to let him back in the band. Something's fishy here, friends. All right, here's what they're saying on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. Let me take a sip of this fine Tecate. Mike Cranston. If they had released anything decent in the past 3 decades, I might give a shit. Let the music do the talking. Jay Harrington. Mike Cranston, give me the first 4 records. End of list. Maybe 5. Let's see. Let me see, Jay Harrington. First album, Toys in the Attic, Rocks. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. First album, second album, Get Your Wings, Toys in the Attic, Rocks, Draw the Line, Night in the Ruts, also a great album. Rockin' a Hard Place, also a great album. Done with Mirrors, also a great album, or not a great album, but a good album. Permanent Vacation, good album. 9 albums right there, Jay Harrington, so I disagree with you on that. Mike Cranston, so it's been 4.5 decades for you, Jay Harrington. Then John Nash chimes in. Damn, you two are harsh critics. For me, the debut up to Done with Mirrors are all good to great. The next 2 are a step down, but still enjoyable. After that, each album still had some songs on it that I dig, although way more filler than before. Mike Cranston chimes in. This is not a good Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group argument, but I'm going to read it out anyway. Mike Cranston chimes in. John Nash. Is it Nashed or Nashed? I don't know. John, the last one I really liked was Get a Grip. I thought Get a Grip sucked, but what do I know? Nothing after that got me interested enough to listen to it more than a couple of times. Aerosmith was my favorite band years before that. I personally think Permanent Vacation and Pump as great Aerosmith albums. Okay. Sandy Hyde chimes in. I read Kramer's autobiography, and he didn't seem like a very happy guy. I can concur with that, Sandy Hyde. I at a book signing at South by Southwest when I was with Jasper, and I went up there and got the book signed, and he was not nice at all. And I asked him to read an ID for the Rock and Roll Geek Show and for Good Clean Fun. He refused to read it. So yeah, he's not a very happy guy, I don't think. Throughout the book, he blames Tyler for various things. Seemed to have a bit of a victim complex to me. You are absolutely right, Sandy Hyde. Gary Martin chimes in. Sandy Hyde, he has a dad complex as well. My dad was mean to me and abusive. Seems like a running theme. Yeah. Blake Johnson, in Cowboy Mock Bell's book, he comes across as kind of douchey. Yep. Okay, there you go. Happy birthday, Steven Tyler, and enjoy spending some time with your family, Joey Kramer. Something more to this than meets the eye, it's what I'm going to say. All right. Let's thank some people who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, shall we? And in honor, let's find some music to play. In honor of Taylor Hawkins' death, which I'll talk about after the donation segment, which is quite a bummer. I mean, I'm not a Foo Fighters fan by any means, but well, we'll talk about that after the donation segment. Let me take a sip of this fine Modelo. Is it no, it's a Tecate, excuse me. I'm off the Tremors. I've kind of lost my taste for the Tremors. I'm not liking those as much as I used to. So, okay. In honor of Taylor Hawkins' death, brand new band called Dream Widow, which is Foo Fighters' alter ego, doing a metal album. So we'll play that in the background here. We'll start with a little Encino. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice for the background music. There are several ways you can donate to the show, friends. You can go to patreon.com/RNRGeek. Like the following people did. Joe Pawlak, $16.66. Dan Gerawan, $15. Tim Schall, $15. Kirk Crawford, $12.77. Fred and Ginny Bunke, $10. Joseph Coyne, $10. Michael Street, friend of mine, $7.50. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold this up, friends. Steve Scouller, $6.65. Dave Slusher, my podcast mentor and former co-host of Mad at Dad, $5.55. Oh, speaking of Dave Slusher, congratulations. Oh, can't even talk now. I blew my voice out. Congratulations to Dave Slusher for being inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame in L.A. Last night. Is Podcast Movements or something like that? The people who put it on, or Lipson put it on. But I watched his acceptance speech last night. He did a good job, and congratulations, Dave Slusher. He did do a Mad at Dad call out. He said, "Mad at Dad is dead. Long live Mad at Dad." He said, "I'd like to thank my co-host, former co-host of Mad at Dad, Michael Butler. Mad at Dad is dead. Long live Mad at Dad." So thank you, Dave Slusher, for that, and all the other people who were up there. Not my thing. Who else was? I don't know who else, but they're all so-called podcast experts on podcasting. And when they were up there giving their acceptance speeches, they were telling everybody how to do a podcast, or they were giving everybody pointers on podcasts. Am I jealous of all these people who got in the Podcast Hall of Fame? Yeah, I am. Do I think I deserve to be in the Podcast Hall of Fame? Fuck yeah, I deserve to be in the Podcast Hall of Fame more than some of these people. Dave Slusher, longest running podcast in existence. Michael Butler, your friend, second longest running podcast in existence. Longest running music podcast. Podcast pioneer. Spearheaded the PodSafe Music Network. Got many major bands on the PodSafe Music Network. Did lots for podcasting. Ran several podcasting meetups. Did a lot of things for. Am I bitter? Yes, I'm bitter. Anyway, thank you, Dave Slusher, for the mention, and congratulations. Well deserved, friend. By the way, his speech was really good and heartfelt. Brad Schultz, $5. Brad Shick, $5. Brian Springer, $5. Brian Springer, $5. Chiaki Hinohara, host of the Japanese Metalhead Show and Metal Movement Podcast. I mean, this sounds as good as any other metal band. Cole Thornton, $5. Dan McBride, $5. Erik Klein, $5. Grant Farquhar, $5. James Shapiro, $5. Jamie Jefford, $5. Justin Lefkowitz, $5. Martin Clawley, $5. Metaldan, $5. Michael Brown, $5. Paul Smith, $5. Robert Harvey, $5. Steve Trice, $5. Ted Wilbrecht, $5. Tony Field, $5. Mike Hellyer, £4. Erik Coward, Comic Book Noise, $3. Mike Dixon, $3. Chad Burns, $2.50. Paul Rube, $2.25. Adrian Boschon, Boss Rock on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do prove people. You just got to answer 2 questions so that I know you are not one of those conspiracy theorists thinking Taylor Hawkins died by. Okay, we won't go. Adrian Boschon, $2. Thank you, Adrian Boschon. Bruce McMillan, $2. Eric Stowell, $2. Matthew Hunt, $2. Patrick Shanahan, $2. Paul Underwood, maker of Underwood Fine Barbecue Sauce, $2. Erik the Rock and Roll Plebe, $1.42. Three Legs, Four Wheels, $1. Amy Bowen, Arnie Stash, Corey Kohler, John Richardson, and Mark Mazzei, all $1. I take a sip of this fine Takachi to everybody who donated on the Patreon, patreon.com/RNRGeek. You can also donate through PayPal. All these, just go to rockandrollgeek.com and hit the donate button. It'll tell you all the ways you can donate. Anonymous, $200 donation. Sean, save the show, Anonymous. John Morgan also saved the show with $100. Kirk Crawford saved the show with $2 $50 donations. What else we got here? March of the Insane. Richard Fusey with a Rush donation, $21.12. Douglas Free, $20. Greg Brofer, $20. Still praying every night, Greg Brofer. Richard Fusey, $20. In addition to his $21.12. Thank you, Richard Fusey. Jeff and Sherry Theta Lilicky, $10. Dave Franco, $10. James Venners, $10. What else we got? The Sweet Abyss. James Venners, $10. Friend of mine and friend of the show, Todd Cunningham, $10. James Padgett, $10. Blake Johnson, $10. Dave Jackson in the School of Podcasting, who was also down there at the podcast, at the Hall of Fame inductions. $10. Dave Jackson, School of Podcasting. BJ Lisco, $10. Ralph Miller, friend of mine and friend of the show, $10. Jason Shepard, $10. How about Angel with Unsevered Wing, with Severed Wings? Jason Shepard, $10. Keenan O'Meara, $5. John Tennis, $5. Greg Long, $5. Benjamin Muller, $5. Eric Lentz, $5. Robert Giglio, $5. Dale Roller, $5. John Skiller, $5. Tim Smith, $5. Tim Smith, the Rock and Roll Runner. Thank you, Tim Smith. I might have forgotten to say his name a few times. I apologize, Tim Smith, Rock and Roll Runner. Christopher Del Grande, $5. John Offenlock, $5. Jennifer Wilbrecht, $5. Jace Lesniewski, $5. Andrew Howe, $5. Jer O'Carroll, $5. I gotta spell his name right because the autocorrect did not spell it right. So there you go. Jer O'Carroll. Robert Scott, $5. Peter Spark, $5. Brian Gradich, Brian Gradich, $2. Vincent Creamy, $2. William Moffat, $2. Lassie Sattenhagen, $2. Stephen Mascord, $2. Deborah Dreyfus, if that's your real name, $2. Richard Strom, $2. Adam Brichet, $2. Jason Wendleton, $2. And finally, Kai Matsuda from Japan, $2. Thank you to everybody who donates to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. I appreciate it more than you know, friends, because without your donations, this show would die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death. I take a sip of this fine Tecate to everyone now that I blew my voice out trying to sing death metal. Kill it! Okay. So by now, everybody knows. Let me pull it up here. I couldn't believe it. I found out this morning. I was looking over the Blabbermouth post, and not Blabbermouth. I was just looking on my phone, and I saw a post from C.J. Waldhart saying that he was gutted that Taylor Hawkins died. What? Taylor Hawkins died? The guy was young. Looked like he was completely healthy. Sure enough, so I Googled it, or I looked on the Blabbermouth, and sure enough, here it is. Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins dead at 50. I can't fucking believe it. First of all, the guy doesn't look 50, and the guy was a picture of health. I mean, come on. Suddenly died with no health problems whatsoever. The Foo Fighters family is devastated by the tragic and untimely loss of our beloved Taylor Hawkins. His musical spirit, I can't read. His musical spirit and infectious laughter will live on with all of us forever. Our hearts go out to his wife, children, and family as we ask that their privacy be treated with the utmost respect in this unimaginably difficult times. So they were on tour in South America. They're preparing to perform in Bogota, Colombia on Friday. That show has since been canceled. Cause of death at the time of this posting was not revealed. Guy just perfectly healthy and just drops dead. That's just blows me away, man. I'm not a Foo Fighters fan by any means, and I'm not necessarily a Taylor Hawkins fan, but the guy seemed like a decent guy, good drummer. And somebody posted on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, Foo Fighters performing Stiff Competition from Cheap Trick with Rick Nielsen guesting on guitar on the David Letterman show. And Taylor Hawkins was dressed as Robin Zander, and they fucking crushed that tune. They did a great version of it. I got to hand it to them. They play covers well. And he looked just like Robin Zander, except I think he might have, did he have a beard? I don't know if he did or not. But they did Stiff Competition really well, and Rick Nielsen looked like he was quite impressed with the way the band performed it. So yeah, it blows me away that a 50-year-old guy just drops dead. I mean, completely healthy and just drops dead. A lot of people in the past year, healthy people, have been having heart attacks. I mean, we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, we all know, it goes on to tell about all of his musical achievements. He played drums for Sass Jordan. He was in an Orange County band called Sylvia. He was also in the backing band from Sass Jordan, which I believe also my friend Alex Kane was also playing with Sass Jordan too. Also toured with Alanis Morissette as her drummer. And of course, he was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Foo Fighters. And he had a solo project. Hawkins spent, oh, wait a minute, look at this. Hawkins spent 2 weeks in a coma in 2001 after overdosing in London. Did not know that. Glad I read more to the story. He later told Kerrang! Magazine, everyone has their own path and I took it too far, adding that he once believed the myth of live hard and fast and die young. I'm not here to preach about not doing drugs because I loved past tense doing drugs, but I just got out of control for a while and it almost got me. In a 2018 interview with Beats One, whatever that is, he said there's no happy ending with hard drugs, but declined to elaborate on his sobriety. I don't really discuss how I live my life in that regard. I have my own system that works for me. He's survived by his wife, Allison, who he married in 2005, and their 3 children. First of all, they're in Colombia. They got to fly his dead body back from Colombia. How fucking sickening is that? And his wife and kids must be fucking devastated, fully healthy, and he just drops dead. Who had to make that call? Holy shit, man. So let's read on, okay? So then later that morning, let's see. Rockers react to the death of Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins, also on Blabbermouth. Paul Stanley, Ozzy Osbourne, Tom Morello, Geezer Butler are among the musicians who have reacted on social media. Let's see. Tony Iommi. I woke up this morning to hear the awful news of Taylor Hawkins' death. What the fuck happened? We got an ad coming up here? Come on, man. Where the fuck am I here? I lost it. I lost the fucking post. Wow, Blabbermouth, what are you doing with your website, man? I gotta wait until these ads stop or something. See if I can find it on my fucking phone here. Let's see. Oh, it's pulling up. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Finally, I had to load a bunch of images. I woke up this morning to hear the awful news of Taylor Hawkins' death. What a terrible loss to us all. He was such a lovely guy and such a brilliant player. My deepest condolences go out to his family, his band, and his fans. He will be sadly missed. Rest in peace, Taylor Tony. Lars Ulrich, thank you, Taylor. Thank you for always having the biggest, warmest smile on your face and for lighting up every room with your infectious energy and good vibes. Thank you. Okay. At Bottle Rock recently, I had the best seat in the house right above you and once again stood in amazement watching as you effortlessly steered Foo Fighters through a 2-hour festival set with the perfect balance of swing, swagger, bounce, and insane chops. Your phone call a week ago touched and inspired me, and I will always be appreciative for you championing championing our community as in your parting words, drummers stick together. Damn right, brother. Except now the community is lesser without you. Rest in peace. Paul Stanley. Speechless and gutted. Taylor was a great guy, a dad and husband. My heart goes out to them, Dave and the band. What awful news. Peter Chris, tragic news. God bless his family, bandmates, and friends. Joan Jett. She just posted simply a picture of her and Taylor Hawkins talking. Gene Simmons, shocked and saddened to hear Taylor Hawkins passed away. Our prayers and condolences go out to his family, friends, and fans. Guns N' Roses, forever missed. Ozzy, Taylor Hawkins was a truly great person, an amazing musician. My heart, my love, and my condolences go out to his family, blah, blah, blah. Geezer Butler, shocked and saddened. Nickelback, in utter disbelief, our deepest condolences. Coheed and Cambria, our hearts are with his family. David Dramian, who's that, Stained? I don't know. I've seen a lot of live bands in my time, and I can honestly say that I've never seen a drummer and guitar player interact in a more jovial, genuine, and entertaining way than Taylor Hawkins and Dave Grohl. One of the best in history. Devastated. David Coverdale, R.I.P. Taylor. Tom Morello. Post a picture of him and Perry Farrell and Taylor Hawkins at a Rams game. Alex Skolnick said some stuff. Christian Coma, whoever that is. Joe Madden. Nuds, whoever that is. Doc Cole, whoever that is. Mike Portnoy, in absolute shock and disbelief. The Offspring. Gene Simmons again. Stevie Nicks. She posted a poem, and it's a very touching looking poem. Weezer, we're terribly sorry to learn the loss of our friend and musical brother. So sorry his family. Body Count, Living Color, Otap Shamaya, Bad Wolves, Axl Rose, shocked and sad to hear of the passing of Taylor Hawkins. He was a really great guy, drummer and family man. Always be great to see him. Was always great to see him. Was looking forward to seeing him and everyone in Daytona. Truly saddened. Nancy Wilson, I love you, Taylor Hawkins. Faith No More, R.I.P. Taylor Hawkins. The Darkness, dear friend and brother, we're completely heartbroken. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins. Spencer Charnas, whoever that is, Jamie Josta, Steve Conte. What? I can't believe I need to say RIP to this guy now. And the list goes on and on. I mean, there's a fucking shitload of people. In addition to all the people on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group as well. I mean, the list just goes on and on, all these people. I mean, all these people love this guy. He seemed like a really great guy. And a great drummer. I didn't know seemed like a great drummer. He was a great drummer and a good singer as well. John Tempesta, a picture of him and Taylor Hawkins. Gary Holt, R.I.P. Taylor Hawkins, crushing loss. My condolences to Foo Fighters and friends and family. This is too much. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, just fucking goes on and on and on and on. Very sad. More blabbermouth. Taylor Hawkins caused Columbia's police, as of this morning, Colombian police believe the death of Foo Fighters drummer was drug-related. I'm going to take a sip of this fine Tecate here. Earlier today, the Office of Attorney General of Colombia released a statement indicating that a urine toxicological test performed by officials on Taylor Hawkins' body preliminarily found 10 types of substances, including THC, marijuana, antidepressants, benzodiazepine, and opioids. In an official statement, the office said Colombia's National State Prosecution Service can confirm the following after the initial autopsy on the body of Taylor Hawkins. They had to do an autopsy before he even left. In the toxicology test on Taylor Hawkins' urine, 10 types of substances were preliminarily found, including marijuana, I'm burping, it was fine, Tecate, I apologize. Tricycline antidepressants, benzodiazepines, and opioids. The National Institute of Forensic Medicine is continuing its medical studies to be able to completely clarify the facts that led to Taylor Hawkins' death. They will continue the investigation and reveal the results obtained as part of the investigation as appropriate. A short time after Hawkins' death, the Metropolitan Police of Bogota released a statement published by several news outlets in Colombia in which they said, according to those close to him, the death could be related to the consumption of narcotic substances, but they cautioned the cause of death has yet to be established. The Bogota municipal government said the city's emergency center received a report of a patient with chest pain and sent an ambulance on Friday evening. Paramedics attempted to revive him, but there was no response, and Hawkins was declared dead at the hotel in northern Bogota. Luis Carlos Velez, the director of local radio station La FM, said that a police officer who entered Hawkins' hotel room had told prosecutors that he saw cocaine-like white powder. Colombia's authorities also found an empty beer can, an open bottle of vodka, and Coca-Cola bottle, and some other articles that are being analyzed. Be added, drug use has not been confirmed yet. All right, that's hearsay from a DJ. That's kind of like hearsay from a podcaster. Fans, journalists, and videographers began to, in other words, people with their phones, began to gather outside Casa Medina after Hawkins' death was announced. Ambulances and police cars, including those of judicial police and forensic investigators, could be seen stationed outside the hotel, which is located in the middle of the financial and commercial centers of Bogota and one of the most historic and traditional buildings of the city. A couple hours later, Hawkins' body was finally brought out of the hotel, placed into a coroner's van, and driven away. I mean, that's just fucking tragedy, man. All right, I'm going to say something that nobody's going to say, and I'm just asking a question, okay? Don't call me Alex Jones or a conspiracy theorist or anything. I'm just asking a question. Okay, he had all these things, and first of all, marijuana doesn't give you heart problems. I don't know about antidepressants if they give you heart problems. I don't know what benzodiazepine is or opioids. I don't know that opioids give you heart problems. Maybe they do, but has anybody asked the question? You know what I'm going to ask. And I'm not saying that this is a fact or even my theory. I'm just asking a question. It's not wrong to ask questions when a person who's 50 years old in the picture of health drops dead completely out of nowhere with no symptoms of health problems. The Foo Fighters were big vaccine advocates. They even played at that. I remember the White House or the CDC put on this big propaganda thing, getting a big concert to get people to encourage people to get vaccinated. And Foo Fighters, well, I believe, are the headliner. And they were really strict about making sure everybody was vaccinated and boosted and all that on their tours. I'm just asking a question. Did he recently get another booster shot? I'm not saying that happened, that anything happened. I'm just asking a question, okay? So don't chastise me and call me names for simply asking a question. I'd ask the question if I was his wife and my husband, or if I was his husband, or my wife just died of a heart attack, after just dropped dead heart attack, no sign of heart problems. Just dropped dead of a heart attack. I mean, it could have been fentanyl. I don't know. Maybe he bought some drugs and had that fentanyl. Just as likely or as possible as booster. But think about this. Richie Faulkner. Just about the same thing happened to him. He had a heart attack. By some miracle, he was saved. Just asking a question, friends. Just asking a question, okay? Send your hate mail, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm just asking a question. You want to get a million booster shots? Go right ahead. I don't care. Really, I don't. I'm just kind of bummed out a 50-year-old guy died with no health problems, just drops dead. I mean, did he sneak drugs in? Did he buy drugs from somebody in Colombia? Could be. Somebody could have handed him some drugs. Do you do cocaine? I mean, the DJ said they found white powder. I don't know how the DJ would know. I mean, a cop is going to tell a DJ. Could be. Probably makes more sense than dying of a booster, but I'm just saying, all questions should be asked. That's all I'm saying, friends. All right. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins. You put out a pretty good metal album, I think. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that kind of music, but it sounded good enough to me. Speaking of metal, let's play something a little bit more cheerful here, okay? This goes out to Richard Fusey. Michael Schenker Group have released a video for Emergency, the first single of the upcoming Universal album, scheduled for release on May 27th through Atomic Fire Records. The album's called, is it called Universal or is it on Universal Records? No, it's called Universal. Huh. For Universal, Schenker has once again enlisted a number of prestigious fellow musicians. A lot of reading with Butler on this, okay? And we'll probably do a listening with Butler on all this music that I played tonight, too. Where are we? 47 minutes into this. I do not have a backup recording going, so we're hoping that the road doesn't crash. Otherwise, we're not going to have a show this week. Let me take another sip of this fine Tecate. Remember, friends, all I'm doing is asking a question, okay? For Universal, Schenker has once again enlisted a number of prestigious fellow musicians for the recording of his new studio production. Among them is main vocalist Ronnie Romero, who sang with Rainbow and Vandenberg, who will also be MSG's frontman on their upcoming tour. Michael Kiske from Halloween and Ralph Sheepers from Primal Fear, keyboard player Steve Mann from Lionheart, drummer Simon Phillip, Toto, Simon Phillip, we all know who he plays. He's played with a bunch of people. Brian Tishy, Bobby Rondinelli, and Bodo Schopf, as well as legendary bassist Bob Daisley, Barry Sparks, Brendan Corboy, and Tony Carey as a very special guest. Universal will be available as Digipack, including 2 bonus tracks, colored vinyl, earbook, CD, including 2 bonus tracks, and a digital album. All right. The first song is called Emergency. I have not heard this song, so we will listen to it together, friends. Richard Fusey, this goes out to you.
They appear
right, there you go. Brand new Michael Schenker group, Emergency. I'll give it a half. It's okay. Singer sounds like all the other singers that he uses in his bands. These, I guess I want to say dinosaur guys. I don't know. They all have that same sound. The Doogster sound. It's all right. It's not bad. Richard Fusey, I hope you liked it. That was for you, friend. All right. I went to see The Darkness before I left. They played a week ago, last Wednesday. They played at the Regency Theater in San Francisco. Let me see if I can find it. I'm writing notes here on my set list here. The band, pardon me, I'm burping up this fine Modelo, or Tecate, excuse me. There's a bar next to the, I didn't talk about this already, did I? I hope I didn't. If I did, I apologize. I don't think I did. It wasn't on last show's show notes. There's a bar right next to the Regency Theater that sells Tecates for $3 a piece, and they were showing. So I got there a little. Pardon me, I'm losing my voice. The metal shit really got me. I got there early, and I wanted to catch the last few songs of the Dead. What were they called? The Dead Deads. I thought that they misspelled the Dead Daisies on the marquee, or on the ad mat, as Eddie Trunk says. So I was going to catch the Dead Daisies, but I found out it was really the Dead Deads. And I looked at the Dead Deads and some stuff on YouTube. I didn't really love them too much. So I figured I would sit in the bar next door and have some cheap Tecates for $3 each while I was, because the beers at the Regency, I bought one beer when I was there, and it was $18, and it was like almost $19, $18 and change. And they poured it in a fucking plastic cup. So I went to the bar next door. It was called 101. It's a dive bar right next to the Regency Theater. If you've been to the Regency Theater in San Francisco, you know what I'm talking about. That good cheap beer, cute blonde bartender, and she was playing horror movies on the TV behind her. They were playing metal music on the jukebox, and on the TV I walk in there playing on the TV was Frankenhooker. What's not to like? You go there, you have $3 Tecates, cute bartender, Frankenhooker on the TV, good hard rock and metal on the jukebox. So I sat in there and had 3 Tecates before I went into the Darkness show. Then I walk in. The Dead Deads were on their last song. I'll be damned if they didn't sound fucking great on that last song, man. The guitar player was cute. She was rocking on guitar. Bass player wore a bass a little bit high. That girl on drums, smoking hot looking girl, and she was beating the shit out of the drums. So I'm sorry I missed their set, actually. I wish I would have caught more of their set. So I kind of feel bad about that. So about 15 minutes later, Darkness went on at like 8:30. Intro, bagpipe intro, and then they go into Welcome to Glasgow. Welcome to Glasgow. From that into One-Way Ticket to Hell and Back. Got a one-way ticket to hell and back. Justin Hawkins wearing a really cool Western outfit that this girl makes for him. What is her name? I follow her on Instagram. She's a really good clothing designer. I sent her a message, asked her if she makes clothes for other people besides Justin Hawkins. I'm pretty sure she makes them for everybody in the band, so maybe she's Justin's girlfriend. I don't know. But she does really good work. And he was wearing a really cool pink Western outfit, and it said in Western writing, J on one shoulder blade and on the other H, JH. It was a really cool outfit. Then they did Growing on Me. You're really growing on me. You're really growing on you. By the way, Joe Pawlak is giving away 3 free tickets for Monday night. So if you're listening to this and you're somewhere near Milwaukee, hit Joe Pawlak up on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group because he's got a free ticket for you. it's worth going. I paid $25 for my ticket. Well worth every penny of it. Justin was wearing that pink outfit. Frankie Pallane wearing a really cool suit with a leather jacket over it. I'm pretty sure the suit was made by that girl as well. Dan Hawkins wearing skinny black jeans, his usual uniform he always was, looking cool as shit. That guy's a badass on stage. I'm pretty sure she made him that Thin Lizzy shirt. It's like a shiny Thin Lizzy t-shirt. Then he was wearing a leather jacket on over it. The entire set, I don't know how you can keep a leather jacket on the entire set, but he and the bass player did. The drummer, Rufus Taylor, fucking great drummer. I believe he was wearing an outfit made by her as well. They call him Rufus Tiger Taylor, and on the back of his vest he was wearing has a tiger, and I believe he took it off and played pretty much with no shirt on the entire time. And there was a bunch of girls standing near me, and one girl, I overheard her talking, saying, "They're all beautiful. They're all beautiful." Yeah, they all did look cool, man. From Growing on Me, they did Motor Hard. Motor Hard! And then, what's the song? Open Fire. They went into Open Fire. Give me a hug on a bearskin rug. And from that, shitting out solid gold. And then Giving Up, Giving Up, Giving Up, Giving a Fuck. They're doing the exact same set every show. I looked on the setlist.fm, so they're not changing the setup. So Joe Pawlak, I hope I'm not spoiling this for you. After Giving It Up, they did It's Love Jim, which is also Richard Fusey favorite, I believe. Then Justin leaves the stage, does a costume change. They come on for Black Shuck. Black Shuck! Black Shuck! I never give a fuck! Black Shuck! Great tune. Justin Hawkins, ripping guitar player, rock star on stage, looking cool as shit. Then the guitar tech comes out plays acoustic guitar in the background, and they do My Heart Till My Heart Explodes, which is a fucking great tune. Let's see if I can find out. See if I have Darkness. Okay, Darkness. Till My Heart Explodes is on. Is that on Easter is Canceled? Yes, it is. A little bit of that here. Great Darkness too.
Cliff top and I'm looking out to sea. The sirens of the Netherlands are beckoning me. I'm trying to ride.
I know some people don't get the Darkness. Man, go watch this band play. You might have a problem with Justin's voice. These guys are rock stars on stage. They look cool as shit. They're the real fucking deal. Their songs are catchy as hell. Justin Hawkins, ripping guitar player. So is Dan. Everything good about rock and roll. I mean, that is a hook. All right, okay. From there, they go into Friday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, come Thursday, let's sit on a Friday night. Great tune from the first album, Permission to Land. Then also from Permission to Land, Love is only a feeling to my head. Do I have that? Permission to Land. Let's see, Permission to Land, Permission to Land. With Love is Only a Feeling. Oh, that's Permission to Rock. That's a live album. Okay. Permission to Land. Love is Only a Feeling. Okay. It's only a feeling. Love is only. What's not to like?
to you and into your life I had to get. Oh, I felt lightheaded at the time.
Okay, that's a great tune. And then they did Japanese Prisoner of Love, which is on... I don't think that's on Easter is Canceled. I think it's on the one before that. Whatever the one is before... the one with Barbarian on it. Anyway, Japanese Prisoner of Love. Then they went into Barbarian. Barbarian! Then, get your hands off of my woman, motherfucker! Then they said goodbye. And then, encore, Justin comes out in his underwear, wearing nothing but underwear, briefs. And they played, I believe in a thing called love, just as the rhythm of my heart. They were fucking great. The show was not long enough. It seemed like as soon as it started, it was over. But if Darkness is coming to your town, go see him. The tickets are reasonably priced, extremely reasonably priced, considering I didn't pay anything to go see Judas Priest, but Erik Mortensen paid like $189 for me to go see Judas Priest. Thank you again, Erik Mortensen. I really appreciate it, friend. $25 to go see a rock and roll band like The Darkness and some hot chicks before them, the Dead Dads. Well worth the money, friends. Well worth the money. All right, let's play another song, shall we? How about brand new... Let's see, what do I want to play? How about brand new... I want to play New Helicopters. I do want to play New Helicopters. I also want to play New Cruel Intentions, but who's that other band? Hardcore Superstar has a new album out, and a lot of people on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group are saying this album's great. I have not given the thing a hard listen yet. This album's called Abracadabra, but the songs I've heard, I like. I'm going to play for you the second song on the album. It is called, let's see, Influencer from Hardcore Superstar.
Celebrity
There you go. Brand new hardcore superstar. I like that. So far, everything I've heard I like. So I maybe I should do a track by track of that album. Thought about doing one tonight, but I will save it. Maybe I'll do one later this week. I got so much more music I want to play, and I don't want to just play all music on this show, so I probably should save it for maybe midweek this week, maybe do a midweek episode. So maybe we do 2 episodes this week. Do I have anything else on my things I wanted to talk about? I got a lot of music. Everything I have on here is music. Greg Brofer sent me a bunch of songs from a band called Fists of Fury. Why don't we do a Listen with Butler of Fists of Fury? Do I have Listen with Butler here? Let's see if I have a Listening with Butler clip. Listening with Butler. Listening. Okay, do I have it here? Let's see. Hello. Show.
It's time for Listening with Butler.
A waiter.
That isn't a waiter, my dear. That's a butler.
Well, I can't yell, "Oh, butler," can I?
Okay.
Maybe somebody's name is Butler.
Since
You have a point. An idiotic one, but a point.
With Michael Butler from the Rock and Roll Geek Show.
Right. Thank you, whoever sent me that from back in, 2004. Did I mention that I'm bitter that I'm not in the Podcast Hall of Fame? Well, if anybody deserves to be in, it's Dave Slusher. He was way cooler than all those other people up there, including Mark Maron. Ugh. Sex with Emily. Okay, I'm jealous. What can I say? I've thought about what would my speech be if I got up there. Would I trash the Hall of Fame? Probably. I don't know. I'd probably not. If I got up there, I mean, it's nice to be recognized by other podcasters. But I'll tell you, if there's one person who's not recognized by other podcasters, it's your friend Michael Butler. I'll tell you. Here he goes. He's getting bitter again. Let me take a sip of this Takate number 4. Okay, let me pull back up my playlist here. Let me back from Greg Brofer, a friend of mine, a friend turned me on to this band, and I thought you might enjoy it, so I wanted to share with you. It's a 4-song EP by a band called Fists of Fury. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be listening to the No Podcast this weekend and can't wait to hear it. Thanks again for all your prayers. All right, I'm still praying, Greg Brofer. All right, so we will listen to this together, okay? This band is called Kung Fu Overdrive, and I have the band is called Fists of Fury. The album is called Kung Fu Overdrive. I have no idea where they're from. I have no idea anything about this band, but we're going to listen to this song. Let's see, how about we'll listen to the title track, Kung Fu Overdrive. I like that lick right there. Good guitar tone.
Times change, nothing ever stays the same.
Vocals sound good.
The older I get, I look back to the
He might be a little too good for my taste.
I miss the times when rock was alive, but we're keeping it together with Kung Fu Overdrive. I've been told that rockin' is for the old, but I know.
All right, he's reminiscing about when rock and roll was good.
One thing that is clear, rock is always gonna be here. I don't wanna hear your songs about your broken heart or being alone. You can keep it all. I just wanna hear loud guitars and rock and roll.
He doesn't want to hear love songs. He just wants to hear loud rock and roll. Kind of a subject matter, kind of generic, but I like the song so far.
They need to know about David Bowie and the Ramones.
Name calling bands, name checking bands, common thing.
Now it's all a corporate show.
Solo sounds good. Got a breakdown. Got to have a breakdown in a good song. I like that. I like that lick. I like this. This is good. American Heartbreak name check band. So did the Wild Hearts. There you go. Fist of Fury, Kung Fu Overdrive. I like that. I'm going to give it a +1. Thank you, Greg Brofer, for sending me that. I really appreciate it, friend. All right. We're an hour and 15 minutes into this. I'm up in the mountains, and it's dark out. I want to go in and hang out with the dog, so, and I'm a little bit scared in the dark up here in the woods by myself. Got the door open, and, I'm scared the boogeyman's going to come in here and get me. So I'm going to wrap it up now, friends. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you got any kind of value out of this. I hope it was entertaining for you, this hour and 15 minutes. Mostly me reading and giving my conspiracy theories and all that, but I hope you enjoy. I hope you got any value out of this. If you did, friends, it's a value for value. You know what I say, and you know what Adam Curry says, and you know what all those pod fathers say, and all those podcast experts who are in the Hall of Fame say. If you get any value out of this, please contribute with what you can, friends, because without your donations or without your support one way or another, be it sending audio comments, calling other shows and referencing this show, telling your friends about this show, and donations. Without any support, without your support, this show would die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death, friends. And I really appreciate everybody who has stuck around the show for so long. I think if I did get inducted to the Hall of Fame, I would spend the entire time calling out everybody who listens to the show and who contributes on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. But I don't see that happening anytime soon, friends. Let's just say that. Don't think your friend Michael Butler will be inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame anytime any soon. But like Groucho Marx said, something about not wanting to be in part of any group that would have him as a member. So, okay. All right. Let's close out with one more song. This was sent to me by the Nameless Ghoul. I already had this Nameless Ghoul. You know who you are. But thank you for sending me it anyway. It is there's like 25 songs on this. How many songs are on this? This is a brand new Joan Jett. It's called Change Up. It's all acoustic, but there are 25 songs on this. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts doing acoustic versions of all of her songs, and it's got some great ones on here. I think what I'm going to play is one of my favorite Joan Jett songs of all time. You Don't Know What You Got, acoustic. All right, let me pull it. That's from the first, the original version is on Bad Reputation, the first Joan Jett album. And I love the tune. So thank you for listening, friends. Joan Jett, You Don't Know What You Got, acoustic. I'll talk to you probably maybe midweek. We'll do maybe I'll do a track by, I got the new Nazareth as well. I'd like to do a track by track of the new Nazareth album. what I've heard of that, I like. You know, the singer is not Dan McCafferty. Then again, who is? But he's doing it. The guitar player, man, the guy sounds a lot like Manny Charlton. And the songs definitely sound like Nazareth. The guy's doing his best to channel Dan McCafferty, but you can't channel Dan McCafferty. But all right, so maybe I'll do a track by track of that. I would also like to do a track by track of the new Hardcore Superstar. So I got to figure out what to do. And we also got new Helicopters to play. We got Cruel Intentions. New Michael Monroe. Lots of things to play. So I'm going to have to do a show midweek, friends. There's no two ways. I'm going to have to do a show this week. Okay, so thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with me. rockandrollgeek.com is where you can find the show. Send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Don't rip me too hard for just asking a question about vaccine, if that could have had anything to contribute to Taylor Hawkins' death. It was probably drugs, but the guy didn't seem like a that somebody who would do a lot of he doesn't seem like a drug abuser at this point in his life. He looked like he was pretty well together to me. I don't know. You know, fentanyl, who knows what happens with fentanyl? Maybe he got a hold of some fentanyl. Maybe he snorted some fentanyl. Who knows? Enough of that. I don't want to talk about this. It's bumming me out. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Find me on the Twitter, R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek. Don't ask. And you know all the other ways to reach me. I think that's probably patreon.com/R&R Geek. And rockandrollgeek.com is where you can find the show. All right, here's Joan Jett. You don't know what you got. I'll talk to you very soon, friends.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
More than you could stand. You don't know what you got. You don't know what you got. You don't know what you got till it's gone. I was lost, then you were there, and I felt so protected. And I'm sure that you'll regret the path that you rejected, 'cause you don't know what you got. You don't know what you got. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Shame on you. I gave you love. I gave you love so true. But you ran away, so you just don't know what you blew. Yeah, yeah. You don't know what you got. You don't know what you got. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Till it's gone.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.